Okay guys, I just wanted to make a quick video about early season rabbit snaring. Now we only have about 6 inches of snow, not very much, but as you can tell the rabbits have been very active. That's a heavy duty trail going to one of my snares right in there. Always mark your snares with some yellow flagging tape, and as well write down how many snares you have out. So the yellow flagging tape is if it snows and it buries your snare, or you forget where you put it, you see the yellow, orange, blue flagging tape and you know where your snare is. And again, also write down how many you have so you know how many pieces of tape you're looking for. This trail here crosses my four-wheeler trail. Never step on the rabbit trail because the rabbits will follow the same trail. So you want to step over that. Now, like I said, rabbits are going everywhere. There's a single track right there. He's just taking his own way, but they both connect here at a Y. So I put another snare right there. They connect into a Y. Come across the road here, they connect into a Y, and they carry through the bush this way. Now, another thing is always follow your rabbit trails, because you might find a spot that's better than the first spot or the second spot you find. You know, there's throughout here, there's single tracks, double tracks. So always look for a good funnel, a pinch point, something they're going underneath. So for example, I got this one here, set it up right there. Always build it with a little bit of a funnel, so when the rabbit comes down the path, you know, it's not going to want to go around the snare. It's going to be forced to go through it most times, right? Again, never ever step on the trail because the rabbits are following the trail. Here I used a piece of wire from tree to tree. Always make sure you have a really strong tree to anchor. Give it a shake, make sure it's solid. So there's the snare, piece of wire. Put lots of sticks so it funnels the rabbit right through the center of the snare. You don't want to go around it or nudge it or push it. Also make sure the snare is close to the ground because rabbits are very low to the ground. You only want it about ½ an inch from the ground. So you want it very close to the ground. And he's going to go right through there. Don't make the loop too big because he might jump right through it. You want him to get his front feet caught on this side of the snare if he's going that way. So only his head is around it, and it'll suffocate him around his neck. If the hole's too big, he might jump through with his front feet, and it might go around his stomach or his hind legs. It has happened before. It does happen. You know, everything is a learning process. And always bring your 22 or a club, because you might have to, you know, dispatch your animal if he's caught in the snare wrong. And always make sure you have a solid anchor point, because the worst thing is you come to your snare and it's gone. The rabbit went through, he got caught, he broke through with the struggle, and he's gone. And he's got a wire wrapped around some part of his body. Okay, so this is the trail. It comes across here, it goes this way to my other one, and it also V's off through the single path. So as you can tell, I went around here, scouted in there, not too many good trails. Like I said, don't step on the trail. There's the rabbit trail. I'm gonna bring you to my second snare. It's in here. Now you might ask why I have one on each side of the trail. Like I said, the rabbits can go anywhere. So maybe the rabbit's coming from over there and he takes that single and he goes that way and you catch him with that. Maybe there's a rabbit coming from over there this way and you catch him through that before he even makes it to the second one. So when the snow's not very deep and there's multiple places for the rabbit to go, you want to put up a lot of snares. So there's your flagging tape. There's your trail. Right, rabbit trail coming across. Now this is a great spot. This tree branch is connected in the snow, very solid. I also twist tied it to this little poplar, And there is the snare right there. They've been going right underneath that tree. So that's exactly where you want to put a snare. That's a nice funnel spot. Rabbits like to go under things. They like to go through things. They like tight areas. And again, I put all these sticks, you know what I mean, kind of like a wall. So he doesn't want to go through there, or you know, come around there. You can only go so far. Like he could come through there, right? But the trail's right here. You want to do about, you know, a foot on one side and a foot on the other side. You know, I went up to here. So when he comes up to the hole, he's gonna want to go right through it. He's not gonna bounce and come up the side, right? So, and then the trail goes through there. There's not much snow at all. Like you can't even tell where this trail goes, right? So there's a nice snare. Again, it's twisted there, and I twisted again around that little poplar and the tree itself. This tree right here, I twisted it around that poplar, comes here, twist around there. It seemed pretty solid. It's connected to this. I gave it a shake. It's pretty solid. I have, you know, with my experience of maybe 10 years of snaring, maybe a little bit longer, I've done these setups and they've worked. Also, a big thing is to put a stick on the back side and the front side of the corner of your loop. That's why you can't really see the loop. So when the rabbit comes up to it, it can't see the wall. Because if it comes up, it sees the wall. Maybe it sees it, maybe it doesn't. But if it nudges that wall, it can push your snare. You'll find your snare up in the air. And what happened is the rabbit came to the side of it, nudged it with his face, came on an angle, pushed it out of the way, and went through. And you'll find your snare up in the air, and there's no rabbit, and the hole might be open, it might be closed. If you come, your snare's up in the air and the hole is closed, that means the rabbit jumped through your hole. It pinched him. It maybe caught his back leg. He shook. It tightened up the hole around his leg. He was able to pull his leg through, and you'll find your snare all twisted up, mangled, and the hole is closed. Again, if you find the snare up in the air and the hole is open, that means the rabbit went under it. You can tell how low I have it here. See how low that is? That's really low. It's really low. The rabbit could have went under the snare around the rim and nudged it up. If you got it about an inch, 2 inches off the ground, he's going to nudge it with his nose and he's going to peel it up and he's going to get through. You really want him to go through the dead center of that snare. So put some sticks on each side of your loop. See how it goes inside those sticks? So he's really forced to go through the center. Okay, and you want about a fist size hole. A fist will do it, because you got to remember, he's got to get his head and his ears through there. Okay, so that's one of my sets, 2 sets, just to show you guys. Again, nice little spot. Mark your snares. Count how many snares you have. There's the trail. And hopefully tomorrow morning we got a rabbit in there, maybe 2.